I have crippling acid reflux and a tomato sauce. Add some chopped meat. Add some ricotta cheese.
It's too much. I don't understand why we are constantly, week after week, eating a giant bowl of pasta before doing this.
No, a large bowls, as if though we're running a marathon. Who's cooking that meal?
It's you.
What we did have right before we started, thankfully, a Tums.
A Tums.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say yerba mate.
Oh, and that as well. I mean, obviously we're buzzing.
No, Tums is a party drug. Mm-hmm. For me, I take those recreationally.
Don't get me started on Tums right now because, again, I can talk for hours about the smoothie flavor.
And you have.
And I want them in a Skittle form. Give me a smaller dose.
It's so smart.
It's so smart. Why can't you spread the amount of that dose within those little Skittles? You're at the freaking movie theaters. You're popping those in. You can't
pretend you're eating Tums for simply just the benefits.
No,
I'm eating Tums for the flavor.
Yeah, it's basically a Starburst.
Yes. Good children. That was kind of like gospel.
That was kind of jazzy.
Welcome back to another episode of Good Children, the podcast where me and Andrew talk about our joint childhood in the late 2000s, early 2010s, and all of the nostalgia, trauma, and secret boy band crushes that ensales.
This episode, we're talking about dating. Something that I think for us hasn't been a success.
This is an example of
tensing up.
You give two men a microphone and they're experts in anything. You know, like, get tested.
Oh my God, I need a sip of water.
This is the beginning of Andrew's monkeypox.
Oh my God.
Andrew is bound to contract monkeypox in the next couple of weeks.
You actually keep putting this on me, the more that you're putting it out there, I do believe that I'm going to get it.
And it's, again, I will in turn get it. I am doing this to both of us, but
Why can't you get it first?
What are the odds? Anyway, anyone who positions themselves as an expert in dating, a Carrie Bradshaw, if you will, is not necessarily killing the game. No. If you're really good at dating, it means that you're really bad at, making those dates become something more, right? Mm-hmm. Would you agree?
I would absolutely agree. It's all about the practice. Although, I mean,
we still can talk.
I can't say that practice makes perfect.
No. How many dates have you gone on in the past year? Ballpark.
Ballpark dates?
Dates.
First dates?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. I would say I've only went on, probably, anywhere from 15 to 20.
Okay.
In 2022?
Only?
Or are you thinking a year?
Oh, in the year?
No, I would say the past 12 months.
The past 12 months, maybe not. Maybe more like 10.
Okay.
Is that something more realistic?
Wait, how do you have more for 2022 than the past 12 months?
Let's address the elephant in the room, Jill.
Jill Webb. I mean, you're a dainty elephant. If you were an elephant, you would be a Horton Hears That Who.
And I mean? Hortons, we're definitely hearing a who.
We're nonstop hearing that who.
After 3 episodes, we've decided to just put a camera on Jill because we've gotten a lot of feedback from her. And now it's just a lot easier to get it out of the way.
And instead of cutting out the fights that Joe and Jill have, we're just going to keep them in.
And for backstory, Jill, Andrew, and I all met in high school. It's been going on for us now for a decade.
Did we almost meet and immediately do a cheer routine, I feel in the parking lot?
Andrew, you make up lies.
We first met at a Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, and we were in a parking lot. I remember
cheer routine.
I was in a striped button down. And
you did do a cheer routine. I have photographic
my leg was up on a car or something.
Yeah, I remember Kelly DiTomaso's car.
Yep.
Anyway, back to the podcast. Back to the stars of the show. So 10 dates, you'd say, in the past year?
I would say 10 dates.
I feel like I went on maybe 5.
You definitely had a few situations where you were with them for a little bit.
I love a fling. I love a fling. I love to cap it at 3 months. I love to experience every range of human emotion in that time.
There's an expiration date.
There's certainly an expiration date. And it always goes one of 2 ways. It's either you're going to be my new best friend or you're not going to like me. But I think that's because neither of us had that experience in high school.
No.
So I have no fucking idea what it's like to actually go on dates. I only dated a girl in high school, Sarah Gallo. Hi, Sarah. I would say, no offense, Sarah, was not the truest form of dating for me. And would you agree with that about yourself?
I would agree with that for myself for sure. I did love your relationship in high school though, solely for the Swedish meatballs. I mean, Sarah, you're amazing.
The way that we would pound back chopped meat.
And like Sarah's coming over, she's bringing Swedish meatballs and a taco dip.
She did.
And that taco dip, let me tell you, there was nothing to it besides just some ground meat and slices of American cheese. And do you need anything else?
Like after prom?
Oh, after prom, like all I could think about, I wasn't drinking. All I could think about were the scoops.
Yes. And also, like, why were you at my prom?
Why was I at your prom? Why was I at, like, actually every outing, every football game, everything?
You were fully a graduate of my high school.
Was I not?
You were in the St. Anthony's High School Seniors 2014 graduating slideshow, and I was not. After watching Heartstopper, once again, to bring it up, that's what really opened my eyes to the fact that, like, gay kids can actually have, like, a gay experience in high school. And I feel like so much TV either depicts like one way or the other. You know, it's either like the closeted kid who's like about to come out and then comes out, or the kid who's like been out, like the Kurt Hummel. Although Kurt comes out in that show, right?
I think he does.
That's crazy. He was wearing those fucking little outfits and he was straight in the beginning. Whatever. I've never seen what we did yet, and I don't know how it's even possible, but it's like
I mean, I would say that we were wearing outfits, we were doing the mannerisms. It was
but
like
we weren't, like, I wasn't even in my head thinking like this is like, I didn't think I was gonna come out in the slightest.
No, I almost knew that I was not going
to. I was like, this is just gonna be something I live with,
because I had a girlfriend in college,
right? You
know what I mean? And not freshman year, not sophomore year, junior year of college.
I will never forget, like, no offense to Jessie, when you got into that relationship, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I know.
Because at that point, I was like halfway out the door with coming out, and I was expecting you at some point to join me on that journey.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe I'm completely wrong.
Yeah. And I mean, at the time, I was like, listen, this beautiful girl is into me?
Yes.
Little old me? I was like, absolutely. I'm going to go after this. She has an amazing personality.
She had an amazing body.
And she does, though. She does. Yeah. And I'll gas her up. But the thing is, the way that me and Jessie met is like, I kind of was like, you know what?
No.
This is it for me. Just to let everyone know once more, have IBS. It was taco night. I was an orientation leader.
What else obviously. Yeah.
And it was taco night. And then I went back to my dorm room and I unfortunately went to the bathroom. And by went to the bathroom meant clogged the toilet. And who did I call? She had the plunger. I didn't have the plunger.
You knew that Jessie was into you at this point.
I had like a lingering idea.
Okay. And you said, I clogged my toilet with my taco night shit. Let me call up this girl and say, can you give me assistance?
No, so how it went down was, we don't have a plunger. What do I do?
Oh,
I had
Jessie
no
had a plunger.
Jessie had the plunger.
This is almost like How I Met Your Mother vibes.
I know.
It's like, it's kind of giving rom-com.
It was kind of giving rom-com. So she came in with that plunger. She went right to the bathroom. And I was like, I honestly don't think I can do it. She was like, no, I'll do it. She immediately goes into the bathroom. She's like, and then she clogged. Done. She left, and then she still wanted to date me.
That is love.
But it didn't happen until about 3 months later. But anyways, we dated, and we had some great date spots. I mean, you think romance, you think the Cheesecake Factory.
I think that the Cheesecake Factory is such an elegant and, like, beautiful type of almost a venue of sorts for, like, any sort of gala, any sort of experience you need, like, whether it be a first date, whether it be a cast party, whether it be meeting your internet friend for the first time in high school.
And why are people trying to hate on the Cheesecake Factory? I know multiple people that are like, the Cheesecake Factory is not good. You're going to look at that bread basket and you're not going to ask for at least another or a third.
You're not going to get a bowl of salad that is arguably this large and 14,000 calories as your appetizer.
That's the one thing. I mean, the Skinnylicious menu is
they're still
skinny.
It is. It's thinner.
It's thin.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I will take the Skinnylicious chopped Asian salad
They also, like, why are the menus at Cheesecake Factory, like, actually, like, King Arthur Bibles?
They're so large.
Would you say the Cheesecake Factory is just the elevated spot for the Panera Girls when they have a big event?
I would definitely say that there is a Panera Girl to Cheesecake Factory Girl pipeline.
It's the bread.
It's the bread.
It's the bread because they know good bread.
An LGBT ally loves a carb. Mm-hmm. It really is just the truth.
At the end of the day, that's what they love.
They do. They
And
love
that's
a
why they're
carb,
going to
they
get
love
the
a gay
mac and
boy.
cheese bite.
Yes.
I just want a standard place like the Cheesecake Factory to be like, I'm going there. I have one date spot and one date spot only.
And that is
Gran Torino in Williamsburg. So if you
Shout
know
out.
we're going to Gran Torino,
you know what's happening.
it's a date. Maybe I have to switch it up.
I mean,
I haven't had a lot of success post Gran Torino.
Well, you're getting the spicy cucumber margarita pitcher.
Acid reflux.
Right. I would want to go home.
Yeah.
That's the problem for me. Like, after about 45 minutes of talking to a stranger, I am like, I gotta get the fuck out of here as fast as possible. And it could be a great date. It could be amazing.
Yeah.
I look at my phone and I'm like, holy shit. I need to get to bed. The amount of times I've been on a date and my bedtime notification goes off on my phone. And I'm like,
you have a notification?
Yeah, my phone like goes into sleep mode at 10:45. To me, flirting is not necessarily like, again, it feels like people are following like a script. For me,
Yes.
flirting is more like I like to be like smart when I'm flirting. I like to be like, I like to like neg and just like talk really fast and like always have something like.
Interesting.
And when it's like the same kind of moments, especially like before our first kiss too, those stupid fucking movements of like looking at someone's lips and then like inching a little bit closer and like then you start talking and you're like, yeah, I had a really good time too, and you're like that, like it's just so, I'm like, oh, like,
what's going through
the
your
whole
okay.
time I'm like I need to go home, like the whole time.
Yeah,
It's,
like, don't even look at me in the
immediately
face.
turns me off. I'm immediately like, this is just not, like, this is acting. Now
Yeah,
I'm back in like 2011.
Okay.
I never felt like growing up attractive or like someone would be like actually into me.
Yeah.
And I never also gave myself the chance to actually feel that with someone who was someone I was like sexually and romantically interested in.
Yeah.
So because of that, I think that so much of like the normal social cues of a date don't make sense to me because I do not know what they are. And like so much of it, like, I mean, again, like I don't even think Sarah was like the catalyst for this. Like between that relationship and then like my first actual relationship, there was like nothing in between to guide me in any way except TV and movies.
Yeah.
So I think that like at the end of a date for so long, I didn't want to like make the move because I was like, no, they think I'm ugly. Despite spending a full like 2.5 hours with me and like showing signs of interest,
Yeah.
I'd just be like, no, you're not interested in me. And that's why when someone did show interest, I was like,
Close them.
lock it down relationship.
Lock 'em down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was so unfair to them and to me.
Yeah.
For sure. But like, I think only recently am I like, no, someone's on a date with me because they want to go home with me.
Yeah. I've been ghosted. And I know that other people have been ghosted as well, but I've been ghosted. Like, I go on these dates. I think that they're really great dates. I'm like, wait, he was laughing the entire time. Like, he was like, you are so funny. You're so cute. I'm like, oh my God, stop. Like, and then there's a kiss. And then within 10 minutes, blocked. Blocked on every
that makes
app.
me so sick.
And it's happened not once, not twice, probably 4 times, I would say, in the span of the past year. So then those are the situations that you're like,
That fucks you up.
That fucks you up. You're like, okay, I mean, it's me.
Right.
And then you're like, I'm ugly.
Right.
Because then you go back
You go right back to being a child.
to a child.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, they think that I look like this, or they think
Yeah.
that I'm this. And I'm like, it is actually crazy.
It's so crazy. The dating world is truly crazy as an adult.
I'm a mirror ball.
That song is the reason I got into therapy. I took one BetterHelp session.
Yes.
Paid like $200 for it.
And then therapized me.
Yeah, for the rest of my life.
And I was like, you're right, Joe.
But I talked to that guy for like literally 45 minutes and he was like, we're going to get you on Zoloft immediately. And I was like, that seems like an extreme, like you don't know me yet, but he was
You didn't
probably
even know
right.
you were trying to drug me?
Immediately, which is indicative of what I must have sounded like on that FaceTime. I feel like one thing that's really fortunate about us is we don't have like competition when it comes to guys.
No.
That's never been the case. I think we
No.
have two very different types. And
Yes.
the one thing that we did share was a type in girls.
Oh, we in some girls. In
Yeah,
some
we
chicks.
had competition in middle school.
Yeah, were you mad at me?
Hey, people of planet Earth, I'm Joe. I'm Andrew. And this is I, Joe, where we give you our own little web shows. We do stuff like polls, funny videos that you can send in.
I was so mad because I was in love with Lindsay. And you asked her out.
Yeah,
I was
did.
pissed.
That was kind of like, that was bitchy of me.
Listen, after last week when we fought on camera, I feel like all of my negative energy has drained away. And I don't even need to forgive you because I don't think there's anything to forgive.
I'll never forget, like, me asking her out. I texted her, obviously. I was leaving lacrosse practice. I texted her being like, hey, like, I really like you. You want to be my girlfriend? I would say within a minute, she said yes. And I was like, I have a girlfriend. Obviously, going to school the next day, I could not have been sicker to my stomach.
Yeah.
Because I was like, now I have to see her.
Right.
What am I going to do?
Right.
I have a girlfriend. Picture this. You're walking into that school. You know that you have to see this girl who is now your girlfriend. What are you going to do? It's third period. She's at her locker. You're walking past. I saw her. She's walking towards me. I'm like, hey, Lindsay. I give her a hug as if though I've never met her before.
Right.
And I immediately ran away. I would say
You ran?
I basically ran. And I almost sprinted. And the thing is, I went to gym. And then that's when I texted her saying, it's not going to work.
In gym, during the school day, you broke up with her?
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
It was crazy.
Wait, that's insane to me.
Yeah, it was insane.
I at least...
Yours was 24 hours at least, right?
I think that we capped it at about 14, 15 hours, if I'm being
Okay.
honest.
Wait, mine was longer?
I think so.
Wait, mine was probably about 18.
I also felt competition with you about that. Like, it's crazy. Like,
That my relationship was 18 hours.
No,
and
but I
yours was
remember
13?
being like, fuck, Andrew's a girlfriend. Like, I have to get a girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like, that was it. Like, that was going on behind the scenes there. And, like, my version of that was Anastasia.
Yes.
And
I mean, she is a fantastic baker.
Queen. Yeah, she is. Sweet
Sweet
Saucy.
Saucy.
Check it out. Anastasia and I dated for, I would argue, like 14 to 16 hours in maybe sophomore year of high school.
Fall romance.
Yeah, very very red Taylor's version. And it was brief. I almost think she blamed her mom for the breakup. She was like, listen, my mom says this isn't going to work out.
And her mom knew. Her mom
was
knew.
like, Anastasia, that boy's gay.
Yeah. She's like, Mom, no, he's not. Did you ever come with me with my girlfriend to the movies?
No, I wasn't invited.
You were
I don't wanna
invited
get
to
advice.
Jennifer's Body?
No, I wasn't. Or 500 Days of Summer. Both of those I wasn't invited to.
That we snuck into because we weren't old enough.
Right.
Those are queer-coded movies.
I used to wear a shirt
Oh,
in elementary school that said,
God.
I'm a ladies' man. Who let me wear this shirt? It was a silhouette of a woman.
No.
Yes, Joe.
Like a sexy silhouette?
Yeah, it was a sexy silhouette. There was pointy nips.
No way.
Yes, for sure. Yes, for sure.
Wait.
And it said,
You're a
I'm a ladies' man.
misogynist.
Yeah.
You hate women.
Yeah.
I will never forget I had a Ron John surf. It might have been Ron John or it was Hollister. And it had like a hula girl
Yeah.
in a bikini. And my mom would
couldn't
not
wear it?
let me wear it to school. I could only wear it on summer vacation.
No,
on
I'm a ladies'
cruise.
man. I'm a ladies' man. Were you not always begging for a Valentine? Because I was.
I had oh my God. I was in a relationship from kindergarten to 5th grade. Let's not forget. I was
With
tied down with Sam Giordano.
Giordano. Yeah.
We
You
were
guys
fully
should have got married.
We were married, essentially. That's creepy. I'm sorry. If you make your children date other children, that's fucking weird
It is
shit.
weird.
And we're 5 years old.
Yeah.
We had no cognitive skills.
No. You know what?
No one can understand either of us.
Either of you.
We were in speech therapy together.
That was actually kind of sweet.
Oh my God, I could play
That's
the clips.
romantic.
I have clips of us doing a talk show.
This is not falling into place.
I'm sorry.
Honestly, that breakup hit me hard. That breakup hit me hard. It happened over AIM.
It happened
Going into
over
6th grade,
AIM?
Sam was like, I don't think this is going to work out.
Your aim was like rocking horse.
I had Nasty Boy 265. I had B-Ball Kid 8296.
Because you.
Rocket
If anybody-
96.
If
I
anybody
had
knew
rocking
anything about
since-
you love basketball.
I loved basketball. I was a nasty boy. And I landed on Rockin' Since 96, which I still to this day, I'm like, that's a good screen
That's
name.
actually a really good screen name.
How are you, French Horn Geek?
That's French Horn Geek 96 to you. Because I was born in 96, yeah.
Right.
Again, I can't even believe that I was calling myself... I was beating them to the punch.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I am a French horn geek. Yeah, I'm
but like,
second
I'm
chair.
sorry.
And
was that
call
what
me
people
French-
were bullying you about?
No,
being
nothing
a French
at all.
Horn Geek?
Nothing at all. But then I was lacrosse kid 812. But I hate to take it back still to elementary school dating, but like I think that like set up a trajectory for me for the rest of my dates going forward, because my first girlfriend in kindergarten, I ripped her hair off her head. And
How much hair?
I would say a fistful.
On purpose?
I didn't realize that it was gonna come out of her head. Like, you think that hair would stick, right? Like, so she was sitting next to me on the bus. We were sitting in the front row. I'll never forget. You're sitting in the front row. I'm like, she was at the window. Jen, to this day, I'm so sorry. I had my left hand on her head. I then decided to grab a little bit and then pull up. When I pulled up, that's when the hair came out in my hand.
I don't want to hear this.
She had to wear a bandana for the rest of the school year. What the fuck?
I actually
fuck?
feel like...
What do you do from that?
This is like fucking some Big Little Lies shit.
That's what I'm saying.
This is dark-sided.
That was Saw.
That actually was Saul. What does that say about me going forward? I think we continued to date in second grade.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't remember you being in this relationship.
Yeah, well, I think for you, this has nothing to do with dating, but again, I'll never forget you coming in with a headpiece for his braces. Joe's teeth when growing up, like,
We're a little crazy.
they weren't great.
My Hungarian genes really kicked in and gave me the craziest set of teeth I've ever seen.
But give him a smile. I mean, those are beautiful,
Thank you.
straight
Thank
teeth.
you.
Amazing.
The
But yeah, they were.
straightest thing about
and Joe
me.
came in with a headpiece, and I'll never forget. I was like, "What the hell?"
It was for
is he wearing?
attention. It was. I had to wear it to sleep, and I said to my parents, like in second grade, I said, "I'm wearing this to school."
And you were already tied down. You already had a girlfriend. So you
Yeah,
didn't care.
I just wanted attention.
You just wanted attention. Joe, you grow a fantastic beard. That is one thing that
Thank you
like
for
I am
saying
jealous
that.
of.
Thank you for saying that.
For sure, because like your beard really does grow.
I'm
well
so
and
jealous of your
connects.
hair. You know?
Oh, of this hair?
Those curls are incredible.
And for my whole life,
You used to brush them out.
I brush it out like a toupee.
I want to say I was from day one telling you grow out that hair. I was saying curls. I'll never forget.
You were saying curls.
Especially when you had it, like, I remember, like, you wouldn't get it cut in the summer and it would get curly. And I was like, that is
Yeah.
your hair.
Yeah,
That
I
is
was
your
like, oh,
hair.
I'm growing out my lax flow.
Oh my God. I was always wanted to be like I used to wear lacrosse shorts every day.
Yeah.
I never once
never came to a
touched a
lacrosse
lacrosse stick.
We
I was
went
never
to a-
invited.
You had to be invited to my lacrosse game.
I feel like I'm not someone who just like jumps into things. I need to be.
You'd be like, hey,
a-
Andrew, you're like starting. Like,
I need to-
Oh my God, I want to. I guess what we're learning here is like you want to feel. You
We're
want to
kind
be
of like
invited.
this is going to really help us for the
I
rest
think
of
so.
our lives.
I agree.
Because I'm not someone who just like
Yeah.
will be like, yeah, I'm welcome here. I need to be invited to go to something.
And see, I'm someone who's like, yeah, you're welcome.
so
Why didn't
were
you
you like
ask?
fuck Joe for not coming to these things?
I was never like fuck Joe, but I was definitely like, why has Joe never came to anything that I was
crazy.
in? Who was your celebrity crush growing up?
Here's the
Or,
thing.
like, your first
I was
memorable
so
moment.
deeply repressed that I don't know like who I actually had a crush on. I feel like I wasn't letting myself acknowledge the fact that it was a crush.
Yeah.
I remember really, really hating Zac Efron and Justin Timberlake. And I think that the hate was actually...
liked them.
Yes. And also Zac and Cody.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
makes so much sense for me,
Yeah.
really. Like,
Zach and Cody. I mean, like
more Zac
for
than Cody.
sure. Mine was more Cody than Zach.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You were more Cody?
Yeah.
So
I
then what
would
were
say-
yours was... Dun, dun, dun. Whoa.
I will never forget. It was a full body sensation, I would say, for me. It was 6th grade, I'm pretty sure. I'm sitting in a car. I'm waiting for my dad to get back in the car. And one time came on. And I was
And
like,
you said,
who is this? Who is this
Chartreuse.
man? Chartreuse, for sure. I'm like, this voice is one of the gods. I take out my phone. I look up a picture. I'm like, this is it. This is it for me.
Really?
That hair, something about that. I'm a hair puller. At the
I
end of the
don't
day.
wanna hear
No,
my hair.
but watching Justin Bieber pop off for me was like, I mean, it was watching my boyfriend succeed. That's one of the first times that I experienced jealousy, especially when he released One Less Lonely Girl. and he was taking out one seat, and he was singing to the crowds, and he only brought out one girl. You know me, I was like, oh, my chances are shot.
Oh,
My
you
chances
wanted
are
to be the
shot.
one less lonely girl.
I wanted to be the one less lonely girl at Madison Square Garden.
You went?
I didn't go.
For me, Justin Bieber, he didn't do it for me.
Those high tops didn't do it for you?
It's always about fucking feet. It's actually sick how much foot is in this show. I realized that my other one was Daniel Radcliffe. 100%.
Oh my gosh.
100%. I was obsessed, and I still have never gone on a date with a British man. Josh Hutcherson.
Josh Hutcherson!
From Little Manhattan forward, I was hooked
Hooked.
on Josh Hutcherson. Bridge to Terabithia.
I blubbered like a baby.
I actually think I came close to passing away in that movie theater. Like,
What?
that was
almost... I can't believe they brought us there.
I still, to this day, I cannot watch past, like...
That's me with Charlotte's Web. You're going to tell me by the end of Charlotte's Web you're not sobbing?
Oh, it's just, like, interesting because 2 days ago, me and Andrew tried to rescue our own Charlotte.
Brown recluse? Is it a wolf spider?
What the fuck does that...
Come on. It's just so big. And it ended in involuntary manslaughter.
Thank you. At least for me, I can't speak for you. Like, I was crushing after, like, other guys in my grade that I knew would never crush after me.
Yeah, so I was
because
like,
there wasn't as many gay guys in my school at all. So I'm like in the locker room, or I'm like on a sports team, or I'm like doing all these things, and I'm like, I have a crush on that guy. But like, that's that feeling. Oh, I'm just really close with him. I'm just friends. And then I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and
What
that's
girl am I
why
gonna date?
now as adults, it's a lot easier to just reject yourself
Yes.
than to let someone else reject you.
Yeah.
Because it's that same feeling of like, oh, I have a crush on this person, but
They're not going to like me.
they're not going to like me. No matter what has changed in my life from that time, like, it is still so trained in my brain to be like, that person is not going to like me.
Since you guys were like guys, girls, did you have a lot of girls having crushes on you in elementary school?
I went through a phase where like every single girl I was friends with was asking me out. And that to me, that's a huge indictment on those girls, because like that spoke
Girls love
volumes.
the gays.
That spoke volumes to their mental health. I'm sure they've done the work on themselves.
Because I
since
mean, like,
then.
you were like one of their best friends. You know what I mean? Like they could
And I
talk
was
to you
just,
about
like,
anything,
right.
and they're like, I feel so comfortable with Joe. Like, and he's cute.
And he's
like
straight.
And he's straight because like he's what 10,
every
12,
no, I'm talking like 14, 15.
14, 15.
I was in high school for a lot
Yeah,
of
but you weren't
these.
saying anything, and you were giving them the attention.
The girls who dated like a theater gay in high school, allies. To the truest sense of the word. And those are the girls that will raise gay babies.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even believe it wasn't in question for any of the girls, because I was like high kicking. I was twerking in front of an Applebee's.
Yes, you were.
I mean, you have live footage of
Yeah.
that. I was twerking in front of an Applebee's. In my acapella days, I did sing "Accidentally in Love."
Accidentally in Love of the Shrek 2 soundtrack.
And
really
speaking
impressive.
of Shrek,
Hot. The hottest.
so hot.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. Like, I would fuck Shrek. That's a hot ogre.
No, you're
fuck,
trying
marry,
to...
kill, donkey, Farquaad, Shrek.
I'm gonna kill Farquaad. I'm gonna
Fuck her, marry, donkey?
Yeah. I was actually gonna say I was gonna fuck Donkey, and then I was gonna it was gonna marry Shrek.
Oh
my
man.
God.
What other cartoon characters did you?
I don't know if I wanted-
With Danny Phantom.
Danny
Oh.
Phantom hot.
Uh,
I'm sure you were really into Danny Phantom.
Yeah, I
I
was
feel like
into-
he's your type now as an adult human being.
I was into Danny Phantom. I was also into
I was into his dad.
Johnny Bravo. There was something about those arms. There was something about that hair that I was like, you know, it tossed me by the ankles. I'm like, can we talk about the Fairly Odd Parents? Like, I'm not sure.
Wandissimo fucked, like, and it was obvious, and they didn't try to hide it, and it was children's programming, and they were like, this fairy has a penis.
I can't.
They made it clear.
Roger Radcliffe from 101 Dalmatians, the dad.
That's
Hot.
so me, really hot.
Fred, Scooby-Doo.
Hot.
Hot.
Every character in Scooby-Doo.
So hot.
Every character on Scooby-Doo is fuckable.
Do you think
We're gonna leave it there.
Hunchback of Notre Dame?
Hot.
Hot.
Peter Pan.
Child.
No.
Aladdin.
Hot. Genie hot.
Anyone from the Flintstones?
Fred.
Both.
I need to find a man again that I'm like, I want to be doing twirls. I twirl.
You're definitely twirling.
I'm twirling nonstop.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm singing. I don't know. I'm laughing.
That's the other thing. That's the lesson that I'm learning is it really is, it's take me or leave me.
It's take me or leave
me. It is like here, like for so long, I was like, I'll give you 16% of my personality for the exchange of like your love and affection.
Yep.
And what I've realized is like, that's just not an even trade-off.
No.
Like I cannot go into a relationship, even platonic, like I cannot deal with a person if I cannot be 100% like who I am.
Yep.
And when that doesn't happen, it is like actually misery.
Yes. I've never been in a relationship. Jesse, I validate that we had a relationship. I had a few
You've been in a relationship in kindergarten, you've been in a relationship
second grade,
and then
8th grade, and then when I was 21. So I had 4 girlfriends.
4 girlfriends.
And 0
yeah.
I'm 26.
And good, that's brave.
That's brave.
I've had 3 boyfriends.
Yeah.
I won't clarify the state of those relationships.
Yeah, no. It's tough. These apps are tough.
These apps are tough. Speaking of
the apps.
I think we tell the story of how we came out to each other.
Oh my God.
So you're 5 years old. Your best friend is another faggy little gay boy.
5 years old is Joe Hedges. My best friend is Andrew. We're exactly like each other in all ways.
You spend like 15 years being silently gay next to each other. We spent all of that time with each other.
Yeah.
In like comfort and safety of I knew that you were never gonna turn to me and be like, Joe, are you gay? I think that's why there was like sometimes
You're
tension.
so
It's like we
right.
both knew that there was this huge thing in between us that we weren't addressing.
And we weren't ready to confront it.
No, and that's why there was safety in each other.
We would turn it on the other person.
Yeah, and if only we fucking did. If only one of us had that moment. But instead, 21 years old, we met when we were 5.
I broke up with Jesse, and then I like immediately downloaded Tinder because I was like, I'm bisexual. And
This is in Australia?
Yeah, because I'm like, I'm across the world. This is my moment. Like, I actually, like, I felt like I was at such a crossroads and so sick to my stomach. Like, this is the place that I can be myself.
You're back from Australia. I'm scrolling on Tinder as I was every day.
I'm ass up, face down on my bed as I always lay.
And whose profile pops up but Andrew Muscarella. Immediately, like, heart pounding.
Yeah.
Like, freaking out. Like, I honestly think, like, full body shaking, heart pounding, like, this is it moment. Like, I was like,
I can't
holy
imagine,
shit.
like, being the person that found.
Yeah, it was literally
Like, if I saw you,
earth-shattering.
I would be sick. Like,
Yeah, I was so sick.
All I saw was text from Joe, and it was this long. And it started off with, like, we don't have to talk about it if you don't want to talk about it. But I saw you on Tinder.
Verbatim, it was like, we can never talk about this again and just go back to watching the Barefoot Contessa in
Yes,
silence.
I actually do remember that. I do remember that.
First it was like panic, anxiety, and then it was like, now this can begin. Like, now this friendship can start.
Because we were growing, grew together, grew apart.
Yes.
And then after you found me,
Is when everything changed.
everything changed.
And we got dinner. And I was like, okay, question 1. And I went through like all of these moments of our lives, and I was like, what was your perspective on this? What do you think about this situation? How did you feel when this happened? Because it was like all of these questions that I wanted to probably ask for the past 15 years, that I was like, finally we can uncork this. And here we are now.
And here
talking
we are
about
now.
Shrek's cock.
Talking about Shrek.
It's crazy that it took a fucking accident.
A huge accident.
It all started at the Hard
Thank
Rock Hotel
God.
pool. It took fate.
It took fate.
And then it took an accident.
Actually, thank God. Because, like, I don't think there would have been a world where I didn't come out. But, like, I think I was, like, this close.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I mean, again, I hate to be, like, the person that says, like, abroad changed me. But if I was not across the world, I don't think it would have happened.
That's
at least
so
at that
crazy.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would have been able to follow the trajectory of, like, what was expected from me. And that would have been miserable.
Yeah.
But I do think hearing that if you were gay, I would have been like, okay.
Right.
Now I can do this.
And that's what I'm saying. Imagine we did that at
Codependency.
fucking 15, though. Like,
I know.
It's so crazy to me.
I know.
It's crazy that we spent all of those years avoiding it. like truly avoiding
Like
it
the
to
plate.
to the best of our ability. But nevertheless, she persisted.
She persisted.
And here we are.
And now she gets a snack.
Thanks, Jill.
Imagine being presented with foot.
Foot.
Let's
talk about foot.
Let's talk about fruit by the. You
I already
know.
have no notes. This is my favorite food in the world.
Yeah, no, like, and it's perfect. Fits in your hand. You can sneak a few into those pockets.
You can have like 4 at a time.
I mean, the smell is like.
Dimetap.
Oh my god, is it Dimetap?
Oh my god, we should have done a race.
I don't want to say that,
We
like.
could like lay it out on the table.
I think that it's gonna be me.
I have a feeling it's gonna be you. Although I have a big mouth.
But I have a fast.
Are we swallowing?
I have a fast tongue.
Are
I hit the French horn.
I would say like it's by the.
It's who can get it in the mouth.
Who swallows?
That's kind of dangerous.
Go. I don't like this. You guys look like little fish. Wow! Holy shit, Joe!
This sucks.
You cheated.
No, how did she? I'm a cheater.
Is no one gonna say like, Joe, that was really good, I'm really proud of you?
Joe, you're
I said
really
you're
good.
The champion.
Wow. I actually really had a great time. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
You can follow us on TikTok at Good Children Pod.
You can follow me on TikTok at Andrew_Musky, MUSKY.
You can follow me on TikTok at Be Quiet Joe.
Me on Instagram at Andrew MUSCARELLA.
Me on Instagram at Joe HEGYES. Don't forget to rate us 5 stars. If you have Apple Podcasts, I want you to write an essay. I want you to write something. I read them. I wake up every morning and read it like it's the news.
I don't read, but I read them.
He doesn't read, but that stack of books behind him says otherwise. Rate us on Spotify. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Good Children. If you're watching this, you've already done that, hopefully. Press the bell button so you don't miss an episode. Give us a comment. Give us a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. Share it with the girl you dated in high school, or share it with the gay you dated in high school.
Scream it from the rooftops.
Yes.
Get a few fruit roll-ups.
Get a few. Actually, I'd love to know how fast you can suck a fruit roll up down your throat. Oh, yes. And thank you to our producer, Jill Webb, for bringing her charm, her talent, and her immeasurable knowledge to the project.
She's getting at least %.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next Wednesday. We will be in Italia, but you will see us still in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you will.
But get excited, because besides
We got some
monkeypox, things
stirring
will
up.
really pop off.
Let's just say, hey now. Hey now. This is what dreams are made of.
I just burped.
You need another Tums.
Bye, everybody. Bye. Thank you for watching. Have a good life.